You want a hook in the beginning. You always want a hook. What's going to be the best way of captivating your audience, of grabbing your audience's attention?
I was never really someone who was interested in history. I kind of came into this class really blindly and kind of nervous about it because I was used to history in my high school where we get a textbook and this is what happened on this date and this is how the story went and this is how the experience was and that's the end of the story. In working in this class and in doing oral histories and reading other oral histories, you really begin to see that what we think is the general experience isn't necessarily always exactly what is true.
My research focuses on a community which is mostly white, mostly middle class, and mostly liberal. I wanted to learn about the community involvement of this group and whether the degree of involvement affects attitudes towards racial justice.
So this oral history is about the trajectory of two music producers, Alfonso Diaz and Kiko Cunningham.
Race, space, and agency in Chicago street gang subcultures.
Personal and scientific gender through a lens of narrative analysis.
And the purpose of this study was really to gain an understanding of the experiences of tattooed women in both the male-dominated industry of tattooing and in Western culture.
We live lives in very complex ways. And what I found with oral history is that it allows for that complexity. In order to fully comprehend and really appreciate the story that's being revealed to you as a researcher, it requires that one be as interdisciplinary as the lives that are being spoken about and being remembered.
So outside of Los Angeles, Chicago has both the largest population of Mexicans and the second largest population of street gangs in the United States. So I wanted to go ahead and try to conduct interviews that would build on the idea that street gangs are more than delinquent in nature.
It's not an easy thing to do, is what I learned. It's really difficult to be able to take somebody's words and research a topic until you're able to find some way to ground it around them. It's an important process, and I feel it's the way that a lot of critical social inquiry should be done.
My project has two pieces to it. The first is an analytical paper that argues the need for conversations about death and dying, particularly between the living parent and their child or children. The second piece is a play called Daughters. My goal was to create a performance piece that would act as a conversation starter. It's very basic, oral history is telling stories and experiences, but I think what oral history does particularly well is giving perspective on different historical experiences or different cultural experiences that have often been discounted or have, for whatever reason, been ignored in the past. My mom can't die.
Oral history offers us a reframing of knowledge, a reframing of the past. So you're not observing the past, right? But you could be a witness to the past.